Last month we met up with Agustín Pichot in Buenos Aires. The former captain of Argentina was preparing for one final game of rugby, a retirement match at his boyhood club, CASI.
I don't think of it as a farewell match. It's an invitation to my friends to get together. To all those guys who used to get up on a Saturday morning at 8:30 to catch a bus with me to the ground. Today we're just getting together with our families and enjoying what it means to play rugby and the friendship that it brings. And rugby in itself is simply this, to enjoy a special occasion with your friends.
Pichot had deliberately chosen his small hometown club for the match rather than a bigger stage. For him, it was about celebrating a lifetime in the game and the friendships he had made, first as an amateur in Argentina and then playing professionally in Europe.
I feel that rugby gave me lots of things, and I also always gave what I could, on the pitch basically. And I think what we do on the pitch impacts on us. I always gave 100% on the pitch in my heart and in my head. And recently I began to feel that I just couldn't do that anymore. So now is the right time to say goodbye.
Pichot is a hugely influential figure in Argentinian rugby, and the third-place finish at the last World Cup was largely down to his leadership on and off the pitch. He ensured the Pumas were united like no other squad, and his former teammates are clear about the debt he's owed.
I think he helped change the history of Argentinian rugby, and is still doing so. He did so much for the Pumas on the pitch as a player. But since he stopped playing, he has done just as much, if not more, for the team.
In Argentine rugby, no one has been as influential as Agustín, over and above what he did on the pitch. You can debate that all you like, but it's very difficult to decide if Agustín was the best player of all time for the Pumas, as it's so hard to compare different eras. But off the pitch, I think he's been the most influential figure in the history of Argentine rugby.
It was a big get-together for a generation of Pumas who established Argentina as a force in the game. And inevitably, it was also a day of emotion, especially when Pichot's former coach Marcelo Lafreda spoke about his father, Enrique, who was a major influence on Agustín's career but died of cancer 10 years ago.
Before a match, a really important match, I once told you that your father was there, playing alongside you. Today, he's playing too.
More than 70 players took part in the match itself, all wearing the number 9 shirt. Old friends from his schoolboy days with whom he learnt the game, through to recent Pumas like Ledesma, Manuel Contepomi and Juan Martín Hernández. Alex Wiley, a former coach of Argentina, flew from New Zealand to be there. Pichot's brothers also played, while his uncle was referee and his young nephew crossed for a late try. Although no one was keeping score, it was that kind of match. As Pichot steps away from the pitch, he will remain a central figure in the game. Indeed, he's one of the ambassadors leading the IRB's bid for the inclusion of sevens in the Olympics. He will clearly be missed by the Pumas. Pichot thinks deeply about the game and knows that when a player's career ends, the future can look very empty. But for him, life is likely to get even busier now.
I hope people will remember me as someone who was always the same person, in good times and in bad. And hopefully my friends will miss me, at least the guys who played with me and who I could help out with things in some way. I'm sure some will forget about me pretty quickly, but hopefully people will at least think of me as someone who gave 100% to rugby and who never let the sport down. And for me, that would be enough.
Y para mí eso sería suficiente.